What's cracking, guys? Bruce Matson here, your host show of Metric Scout Fantasy Football, and today we're going to continue with our prospect profile series, and today we are going to be talking about Skyy Moore, wide receiver from Western Michigan. Had a very productive collegiate career. A lot of people are talking him up right now, has a lot of buzz going on, and he's a guy we need to focus on today. Coming out of high school, 247 Sports had him ranked as the 217th best cornerback in the 2019 recruiting class. Then he went to Western Michigan during his freshman season. At wide receiver, he caught 51 passes for 802 yards, 3 touchdowns, had a 25.64% market share of their passing production, and had 1.94 yards per team pass attempt. This was his breakout season at age 19, breaking out during his freshman year, which is good for a young wide receiver. The next season in 2020, he had another good season, but only played in 5 games, catching 25 balls for 388 yards for 3 touchdowns, had a 22.5% market share of team's passing production, but stepped it up with 2.47 yards per team pass attempts. Dwayne Eskridge led the team in receiving that year, but since it was a shortened COVID year, things were just a little wonky for everybody in general. In 2021, he put his foot on the gas and went off. Caught 95 balls for 1,292 yards, 10 touchdowns, owned a 39.19% market share of Western Michigan's passing production, along with a 3.51 yards per team pass attempt. Looked good this year, was very explosive, averaged 3.46 yards per route run, was one of the most productive wide receivers in college football. Now going to the combine, this guy showed up and did well, measuring at 5'11", 195 pounds, had 10.25-inch hands, so he has big hands for that little frame of his. Ran a 4.41 40-yard dash, which is more than fast enough to get the job done at the next level. Had a 10.5 broad jump, along with a 34.5-inch vertical. Now let's go to the tape. He has very impressive short area quickness. He's very sudden with his movement. He has good change of direction skills. He can sell his routes, and during his time at Western Michigan, he has proved that he can run a large variety of different routes. He has experience doing that. He has good speed. He's got good burst, a creative release package that allows him to escape press coverage. I'd like to see him operate against that more, especially at the next level. I'm sure there's going to be some developmental times or periods for that, but right now his release package is pretty decent coming off the line of scrimmage. He's very good after the catch, do that short area quickness and burst and long speed. There's not much bad you can say about the guy. You can go after his size, but he profiles more as a slot receiver at the next level. He's not going to be leading his team in targets. He's going to be more of a role player in the passing game who could develop into a guy who sees a large portion of the targets, maybe down the line if his route running crisps up, or if he develops quicker than expected, then we could see a guy lead his team in targets, yards and whatnot. But right now, overall, how he profiles is a slot receiver, maybe the wide receiver 2 or 3 on his team, but his explosiveness could allow him to pop off on some weeks if he gets the opportunity to see a lot of snaps. For his rookie draft value, right now he's being drafted in the second round of rookie drafts, and he's being drafted all around the board in the second round. He's usually an early to mid-second round pick in rookie drafts. You usually don't see him fall past like the 206, 207 range. He's usually getting selected there. I feel like he might be a value right now because there's a lot of buzz saying that he may get drafted higher than expected. We might see him get drafted in the second round. We might see him get drafted in the third round, but there's a very good chance he becomes a day 2 selection. He is a fast twitch slot receiver who is very productive, scored well at the combine, and has good tape. A lot of NFL teams are talking him up. I watched the draft show on DallasCowboys.com. Brian Broaddus and them, he's a former scout, and they were talking him up. So a lot of people are on the Skyy Moore train. I feel like he's going to be a good value for what you're getting. You're getting a G5 prospect who was very productive throughout his career in college with an early breakout age, good athleticism, and good tape at a reduced cost. It's not like you're spending a first-round rookie pick for him. You're getting him at a very palatable price point here in the middle of the second round. once your guys are off the board, you may want to look at Skyy Moore. I think Skyy Moore, his profile proves that he has the chance to give you something for your fantasy team later on down the road. I'm buying him, especially at these price tags. If he falls in draft, I may buy the dip still. I feel like once you get past him in rookie drafts, you got nothing but Jags anyways, so I'm going to be drafting some Skyy Moore this year. I think he's a good diversification option in the second round as well. If I'm drafting too much Zamir White or too much Justin Ross, I can diversify to Skyy Moore to keep my portfolio in check, and he's got a solid profile, and I know I'm not going to be too worried about that. But that's all I got for Skyy Moore today. Let me know in the comments what you think of him. Are you buying, selling, holding, whatever? But we got it done today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Every subscription matters. It fuels me to keep putting out this content. Dynasty, fantasy football videos coming out every day, helping you out with the rookie drafts, helping you out with your Dynasty teams, redraft, and everything else. But again, I want to thank you, and I'll catch you next time.